Yeah, I guess I get what you're saying because it's like the money is the only part of the conversation. Like what I personally want to do with it does not matter to y'all in any fucking way at all.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That I'm not saying that it doesn't matter to me what you want to do with the money. What I'm saying is I'm saying don't fucking waste time sitting
Yeah.
there for yourself. What you decide to do with it after you get it is going to be up to you. But what I'm telling you is I'm telling you it doesn't fucking matter. Just fucking go do it. So,
Yeah.
like, just fucking go do it, man. Like, just say, I want the money. I need the money. So I'm going to go get to it. Doesn't matter what you need it for. But the quicker that you can put that perspective inside your own head, that's what I was trying to do for the guy that I was talking to on the live show yesterday. I was trying to help him understand why he's here, what he's supposed to do. And it's not about your love for real estate because you haven't even been in real estate long enough to even know that you love it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I fucking hate that answer. And I fucking hate the answer of, oh, it's because I want to, no, dude, I understand you want to retire your parents, want to get rich, whatever. That's noble, you know, whatever it is you want to do with it. Cool. That shouldn't matter to you right now, that because you don't have anything to do anything with,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and yeah. Like I'm not even trying to be rude by saying like I do understand that the way you're saying it. That does make a lot of sense. Like there's no point in like the only thing worth your time and energy is getting the shit, not like thinking about what you're gonna do with it. It's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Like
Never
yeah,
think, don't sit there and waste your time thinking about what you're going to do after you get it. That's what broke people do.
yeah, yeah,
Broke
no,
people sit there on their couch and they think about what they're going to do with the money once they get it. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have an fucking idea what you're going to do with it until after you get it. You ain't got a clue. You can have ideas in your head or what you think might be this or that. The life, there is no plan in fucking life. Life will play out as you go along, and you can either take action and execute along the path, or you can sit there and you can go, oh, when I get this or when I do this, I'll do this. But it's like there is no timeline. There is no 20 years from now, I want to own this and I'm going to have this. But you don't fucking know when you're going to have that. It might be
yeah,
5 years from now. It might be 30 years from now. You don't have any fucking idea, but it all comes along at the time when you're supposed to have it. That's what I can tell you. So, right now, you might want money for a certain reason, but after you get the money, things might change.
yeah. And it's
You
also
just
like
don't know. So
regarding
it's
family
a
as
pointless
well.
conversation with yourself, sitting there
Yeah,
telling you why you need the money. You need an objective, and you go, "Hey, want to get some money? Here's what I'm gonna do to go get it. And I'm gonna go after it." That's all you need to fucking do. That's all you need to tell yourself. But sitting there saying, "I want to do this because I love it," and blah, 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 that's what broke people do. They sit there and tell themselves what they're going to do with their money once they get it, and blah, 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 and think about the things they're going to buy, and think about the things they're going to do, and how they're going to save the world, and I'm going to save the Amazon, and blah, 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 blah. Dude, you ain't got a fucking idea. You ain't got a clue. Go get the money. Go after something simple first, right? And if money is not the objective or what you want to do, then go do after the thing that you want to get done, right? Not everybody's objective is money. You know what I mean? Like my girlfriend, her objective was not money. Her objective was she went to a trauma bay at an ER center one day and she saw how crazy the fucking thing was. And she remembers sitting there, how she felt, sitting there waiting for her boyfriend at the time to exit the trauma bay. And it devastated her. And she said, you know what? I don't want anybody to ever feel like I'm feeling right now. I'm going to go be the greatest doctor in the fucking world. I don't care how much money it pays me. I don't care what time it takes away from me. I'm going to go be the greatest doctor in the world. And that's what she did. And she is a phenomenal emergency medicine specialist. But you don't fucking know what you're going to go after until you just fucking go after what it's going to do for you. But if you can come up with something, you can say, this is what I want, then just go after that. But don't try to make it complicated. Right?
yeah. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it all is just about one thing, and it's just about money. That's all it is. And I mean,
Not everything is about money, but I'm saying, like, if you know in your heart, you're like, man, my life sucks because I don't have money to go do the things I want to go do, then go get the money. It doesn't make you a shitty person to feel that way. And you don't have to justify it by saying, well, when I get rich, it doesn't matter because when I get rich, I'm going to do that, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to donate to charity and I'm going to save people, blah, blah. Dude, don't sit there and waste your time sitting there doing that. You know, there's going to come up opportunities for you to do things with, give you money, give your money away to certain things if you want, whatever. That's totally fine. But if you can sit there and you go, man, I hate the fact that when I can't do this, I can't do that because I don't have the money to go do it. So I'm going to go fucking change that. I'm going to go make some money. And you're going to get to the money a lot faster if you just take that path.
I was AFK for a part of that, but
yeah, and I mean, I guess that does make me realize it's like you really do just have like 3 options. Like, just say fuck it, I can't do it, and then get a regular job, or go to college and get a mid job, or give $1,000 and like just actually make money. And I mean, like, you never really know, but like you do in a way. I mean, yeah, it's like the biggest thing that makes me like more willing to listen is the fact that I know that's your mindset, and it's like I've never really, I don't know, never been around people like that, and I feel like that's a problem, and I should be. And I feel like that's the thing me and Peyton are on though, is like we're trying to be like that, but we've literally just never been surrounded by people like that, and like that's obviously mainly our fault because we didn't seek it, but it's like now we are, so we're trying to do it. Because like there's like what the fuck else is there to do?
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. Making money's not difficult. The reason people don't know how to make it is because they just don't execute. It's bottom line.
Yep.
That over everything.
Oh.
Dan, did you get John Johnson's idea of having a Lambo in Miami out of his head?
He can come here. He can come here and rent a Lambo whenever if he wants to. I ain't telling him what to do.
Fair enough.
I just want to say, Dan, man, you're on point. Like, I've never heard it like kind of put that way about the making the money, and when people say why they want to make the money and stuff like that. So,
it's just, I beat myself up doing that. Man, I used to sit there and I used to say, man, like, yeah, but for me, it's not all about the money. I just want to help people, and I did, man. That was the truth. But the more I said that, the more the money ran away from me. If you sit there and you just tell yourself it's not about the money, you'll never go after it. You'll never make it. I mean, so it's like it's stupid to sit there and tell yourself that it's not about the money. Because I mean, like, you can't fucking do shit without money. That's the bottom line. And it's like once I switched that mindset in myself, I started to make money. It's crazy how that happens.
Yeah. Well, it's also like not so much about, it's not about the money. It's about the money, but also how you're saying, like, people say, when I get the money, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that.
Right.
Like,
yeah, you don't know. You have no idea.
You don't know what happens because you don't have that money yet. Just make the money and then decide.
Yeah.
Like that, just kind of blew my mind hearing it that way. Like, was like, duh, like.
Right.
Because I say it kind of the same way, but, like kind of say the same thing, but not in the same way. So it like hit different the way you said it.
I think, yeah, I mean, just like I said, I did that to myself too much. I damaged myself, trying to think about all the things that I was going to do, once I had the money. And it's like, what you do that, you focus too much on the things that you're thinking about that come after the money, but you don't think about, like, you know, I just gotta get to the money. It's funny though. You start thinking about money when you really need it,
Yeah.
right? It's like the problem
Yeah.
is a lot of people don't put themselves in a position where they just have to really need it. But it's like, I promise you, if you really fucking need money, it is all you will think about, and you're just trying to think of any single way that you can go get it.
Right.
And I mean, and then it's just like, once you get it, you just don't really know where the path's gonna go after that. So it's just like, you got to be careful how you put yourself out there, how you talk to yourself, the energy that you put out. I mean, when you're having those conversations with yourself, I mean, the conversations you have with yourself are probably more important than the conversations you have with other people.
I agree.
Is this
Yeah,
a
I
philosophy
mean,
Discord?
What?
I said, is this a philosophy Discord?
Well, I mean, like, I mean, it is a philosophical conversation, right?
Man.
Because
It
changing
all
your thought process,
blends.
like,
It does. It does.
I mean, it's not. No, I mean, it's not a philosophy. It's just the truth.
yeah,
So,
and I mean, like, genuinely, like, what you're saying really is changing my thought process. This is making a lot of sense. Like, obviously, it is about those other things, but those other things aren't what affects the money. The money is what affects those other things. So it's like you just have to understand the priority between it.
those things aren't enough.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people, and I think that's what's hard for people to understand. It's they're like, no, 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 no. I really do want to retire my parents. I'm like, that's not enough. That's never gonna motivate you to fucking do what's necessary to go get it. There's no
Yeah.
fucking way. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That's a noble fucking cause to say, and I believe you that if you had the means to do so right now, you would. But it's not enough to carry you through the trenches that you're going to have to go through retiring your parents who may need it, not need it, just because you think it's because something that you want to do. I mean, and neither is fucking saving the Amazon rainforest. Again, all those things were like great ideas, noble causes, things that you could potentially do later on. But I mean, to sit there and go, oh, that's my motivating factor. I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. If that's all you have to motivate you, you're never gonna fucking be motivated enough to get through the fucking disasters that you're gonna have to go through as a business owner to be where you want to be. It's impossible. You're never gonna fucking
And it's like,
So what kind of motivators would you say someone should have?
money. You should have the motivation to say, I'm not gonna fucking be broke anymore.
Yeah,
That's your
being
motivating
poor.
factor. I can't have these things that I want, and I can't do the things that I do. Why? Because I don't have the money to do them. I'm gonna go get the money to fucking do it. But it's
agree.
about that. It's not about, I want to give my kid a home, or I want to buy my kid a bike for Christmas, or I want to do this, or I don't want my child to go through the things that I had to go through. But shut the fuck up. Just fucking go get rich. Like, quit fucking making it overcomplicated. I swear to God, dude, people who are the simplest fucking people on the planet will make the most simplest things fucking complex as shit because it makes it easier for them to come up with an excuse why they can't go fucking get it. The simplest fucking people will make the most simplest things the most complex fucking things in the world. Because when they can't get through it and they can't achieve it, they go, oh, well, it's just like very few people go do it. It's like, I mean, yeah, but are you fucking like everybody else, or are you fucking special? Like, you better fucking decide, because if you're like everybody else, then what's the point of you even trying to begin with? It's like, I hate these videos that I see on Instagram where like these guys are like making a big deal. They're like, they're asking these girls, what's your ideal guy? Oh, well, he's got to be at least 5'10", in shape, you make over $100,000 a year. They're like, are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy? Do you know what percentage of that is in the entire America? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're literally sitting there fucking putting negative thought processes in guys' head that it's almost impossible to be that fucking dude. Why shouldn't it be you? Why shouldn't you be able to be in shape 5'10", a fucking thousand, make $100,000 a year? That's fucking baseline. Are you fucking kidding me? How far have we dropped the fucking bar? That is something that when a girl says that that's what she wants, we go, oh, do you understand how high your expectations are? Well, how about we raise the fucking bar for ourselves as men? How about that? How about we quit setting the bar so fucking low just because it's the national average? How about that? We won't, though. We'll sit there and we'll fucking blame these girls and say, oh, your expectations are so high. What do you bring to the table? Motherfucker, you ain't bringing fucking anything to the table anymore. Like, all these guys sit there and beat and jack off to these videos. They see, Myron and Fresh and Fit talking on podcasts, talking about how these girls' expectations are too damn high. Shut the fuck up. Like, fucking go, one of them drives a fucking SVJ. I see him park out here in Miami all the time, hanging out in Brickell. It's like, well, you fucking did it. Like, why don't you sit there telling men, like, listen, the only reason that it's the national average fucking sucks is because most people are fucking pussies. Like, let's quit fucking talking, though, and acting like girls' expectations are too high for a man. Let's talk about the fact that the expectations we set for ourselves are too fucking low.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's just how I feel. I mean, personally, I'll tell you right now, like, it wasn't that hard for me to do it at the end of the day. I mean, everything I've done in my life is fucking difficult, but making fucking $100,000 in a year really ain't that difficult, guys. Come on.
Dan, you're just spitting so many facts, and I'm not just clapping about the guys raising expectations and all that. Like, in general, everyone, like, we set the bar so low, and we're like, oh, those expectations are so high, blah, 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 like you said, and we complain. But we can always do better. Like, there's always room for improvement in ourselves, and we should set high standards for ourselves and for the people that we want to be around. So thank you thank you.
John Johnson's 23 years old, about to make $100,000 on one deal. I mean,
let's go, John.
Where are we really, like, it's just like, that's the truth. It's just the bottom line. So I can't stand those videos. I see them all the time pop up, and I'm just like, man, like, I just can't stand the fact, and they obviously they do it right down here in Brickell, and right down in my city, and they interview these girls, and they go, "Can you believe these girls?" It's just, and the idea is like to put these girls out on a spotlight and show how stupid they are and how out of touch they are. I'm like, maybe they aren't that out of touch. Maybe they aren't that stupid. Maybe that's just what they want because it's what you fucking asked them. You asked them, ideally, what do you want? You didn't say, what do you think the national average is, and blah, 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 blah. You asked them, what would you ideally want out of a man? They fucking told your ass. So why don't you fucking sit there and look at that video instead of sitting there getting pissed off by it, like most of these guys do in the comment sections of those videos? Why don't instead you go, hey man, this is what most girls want, so I'm going to go get it. Instead of getting pissed off when you see a compilation of a video and you see these guys asking these girls in the street in Miami, what car would you prefer to be picked up on the first date? And they all say Lamborghini. But instead of getting pissed off about that and getting pissed off because you drive a fucking Honda, why don't you go, what do I fucking got to do to go get a Lamborghini? Because that's what girls fucking wanted me to pull up in.
Hey, bro, Hondas are bulletproof.
I mean, Hondas are great crap. I'm not shitting on Honda, but I'm just saying, like, if you're driving a fucking old beat up ass Honda,
I know.
You're getting upset and you're raging because these girls are saying they would like to be picked up in a Lamborghini. And again, that's what they would like, right? They're not saying that if you pull up in a Toyota that they're not getting in the car, right? So like they're just saying that's what they would like to be picked up on. So it's like, let's start taking some hints as men and start going after the things that girls would like us to see pull up in, right? It's like there's this whole conversation of what does the girl bring to the table? It's like, dude, guys don't bring anything to the table anymore. That's why girls started to have to bring shit to the table. So as we start to bring more stuff to the table, it's gonna change the conversation. But we change the conversation as men by us getting our shit together and start bringing more to the table.
I completely
when we're 23
agree.
years old. We start when we're 23 years old, like John Johnson, bringing money to the table, right? You start when you're young, like some of these guys in here, like Savion, who's 19 years old. You start by creating value from a very young age. And I promise you, if more guys start to live that way and start to do those things, then the conversation's going to change itself. But bitching because girls started to have to bring shit to the table themselves because guys got soft. Start fucking changing the conversation by saying, no, we're going to start again by bringing more value to the table. And that's going to change the conversation. Because right now, girls understand that most girls understand that to have the guy that they would like to be with, they're going to have to go to work too. Because the guy that they're in love with or whatever doesn't make enough to support both of them. So that's why when you ask most of these girls who live down here in Miami, they're coming to Miami because they're like, that's where the young money is. That's where the entrepreneurs are. That's where the people who want to make a lot of money are moving to, right? I want to be more of like a traditional girl, so I'm going to move to the city. And then when she's on the street and she gets asked a question, well, what would you like a guy to pick you up in? I'd like the guy to pick me up in a $300,000 car. Hey, I feel you, right? If I was a girl, and that's really, but to me, that was something that was attractive to me. I'd probably say the same thing, right? It's like, for me, it's like, I see those videos and I'm like, you know what? I'll go buy a fucking Lamborghini.
Dan, I've seen this video on my timeline of Tate, and he says, like, if you were a girl with all the choices that you had, would you choose you? Be honest.
That's fire.
Yeah, but the question is, would you choose you? I would choose me.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I think that goes for guys too. You know what I mean? Like, you got to start looking at things as a man. You got to start asking yourself, like, you know what I mean? If I was a girl and I feel like I was a good girl doing right by things and I wanted to be, you know, a good person in life, out of all the things, all the guys I had access to, would I choose myself if I was on the other end of the table? And for me, like, you know, I absolutely could say I would.
Yeah, and I feel like that also, I feel like that applies to what John Johnson was saying, where it's like, he thinks that I'm the type of person he wouldn't like to work with, which, I mean, like, I don't know, it's been like a 30-minute Discord call, so I mean, it's whatever, but it's also like, that isn't out of my control, I feel like, is the point, that like I can make a change in my life to the point where like somebody who's actually successful would think that I'm a type of person they want to work with. And I feel like that's the goal. And then it's like that can go into other areas.
Listen, man, I mean, you don't know any of us. I don't know you. You know, John doesn't know you. You don't know John. I mean, so exactly. That's a difficult decision. And I mean, you're 20 years old. You probably just turned 20 is what it sounds like. And this year, and, you know, what I will say is, $1,000 is not a lot of money to me anymore. But when I was 19 or 20 years old, $1,000 would have been a lot of money, even if I'd had it. So, you know, I personally understand that if you're like, oh, hey, I'd just like to know this guy a little bit more before I give him $1,000, I get it. I also understand John's point of view because you don't understand what John has to go through here on a daily basis, dealing with people like yourself that come into Discord all the time, wanting to do wholesaling. And they sit there and John gives them this option. It's like, hey, man, you want to learn from somebody who's doing it? Here's what I'll offer you. I'll offer you $1,000 to mentor you, right? I can do this business and I can go through with it, right? But, you know, it's just like most people just kind of drag you around. So he's just like, hey, I'm done with it. So I understand both point of views from both of you. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know you. Like, I don't know what your work ethic is. I don't know if you're willing to execute on what somebody tells you. I don't even know really if you know if this is really what you want to do or not, right? Like I told you before, it sounds like to me like you just want to make some money. And I think that's a fair point enough to at least give it a good shot, right? And make some money off of it. But, you know, and if you close a bunch of deals, make a good amount of money off of it, and you're like, hey, you know what? I really don't like this business. I'd like to go do something else, right? It's like, you know, at least you have that experience where you made money off of something, at least, right? It wasn't a waste of time. But it's like, if you're going to pick something, just go fucking pick it, do it, make money off of it. Then you can decide if you hate it later, right? But what a lot of people do is they go into something tentatively and they go, well, I don't know if this is for me or not. And they go, I don't even know if I'm going to even like it. Like, it doesn't even matter, right? If you have something that you know is making for a fact making other people money, then if you have access to go do that and learn from people who know how to do it, just if you already have the entry point there and you're like, hey, you know what, I need some money, then just go do it. Just go do it. At least make some money off of it.
Yeah.
But don't sit there and twiddle your thumbs, watch YouTube videos, waste all your time just to never do anything in it. Like, at least go make some money with it. And then, if it's still not for you, then you can decide. You can say, you know what, this isn't for me. After I've made my money off of it. Look, I've pretty much decided for myself, you know what I mean? Like, for a certain period of time, like, you know, I did the real estate thing. I've made money in a lot of different ways in real estate. After I've been through all this stuff, I pretty much decided, hey, real estate isn't really for me personally, but at least I have a successful business that is now being managed and ran by someone else. So I can still make money off of it. I've still made a lot of money with it. I'm grateful for that. But I'm going to go do other things that I enjoy more because I now have the ability to do that. And partly, I have the ability to go do those things because of real estate.
W Dan once again.
Yeah, no, I definitely get what you're saying. Like it's all about just like doing what you can with where you're at in the present moment. And I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going towards, not away from doing wholesale real estate and just like being I don't know, just being able to get into that mindset of just like do your shit and like it'll happen. I mean, that definitely is making a lot of sense to me.
You gotta make it happen, brother.
Yeah.
It won't happen to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like you just got to do the thing. I mean, that's all you can do.
$1,000. Get a mentor.
Yeah.
If it's not me, make it Mike or Dan.
Have we met Mike?
Nah, he's busy.
Oh.
Dan, I was gonna talk to you, man, about kind of how I think, you know, the natural progression of things could go for people in terms of their businesses. Because I feel like, you know, what you were saying earlier in terms of right now, you're at a spot with your business where you work on your business, right? So you're not working in the business like you once were. Is that correct?
Right.
Right. So for somebody to learn from you, I feel like they would have had to at least have the experience of working in their business first. Do you agree with that?
Yes, you have to. You have to work inside your business first. Yeah, to be able to manage and run it. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So I feel like that's kind of where a unique opportunity presents itself with the SMS side of things because it's lower barrier to entry and they still got to make the calls. So
by the way, Dan, random question.
if
You hit the gym?
With some sort of like $1,000 to $1,500 price point, I think more people would bite.
What'd you say?
At the $1,500 price point, I think more people would bite.
Bite what?
The offer.
What offer? Your offer?
Your offer.
Oh, dude, I can't. No, it's not even worth it.
I know.
It wouldn't even be worth it for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, you know, I mean, if you want a customized CRM, then you know I can put one together for you for $300 a month. I mean, that's the lowest thing that I could offer for my time. But you know, anything $1,500 for what I'm offering, though, is just it's not even. It wouldn't even be. I'd be losing money at that point. So.
Wow.
But I mean, you know, I could, you know, you know, as things grow and expand, you know, we're gonna have, you know, more opportunities. But you know, my price point to where I have my program at right now, that's the lowest that Josh and I could go that we both feel comfortable with. You know, him providing the marketing side of things, and then you know me, you know, actually, you know, managing and operating it for you, showing you how to build your business.
Right.
you know, I mean, it's just like it's going to require a lot of effort and time on both of our ends. And then the fact of the matter is, we're only going to do this. We're only going to offer this for so long, because once I get enough clients actually on the business blueprint, the consulting business, to where we're actually working with more major companies, which is going to happen real soon. When I'm on that end, then I'm going to have to either have someone in my position with this little offer that we're doing, if we're going to keep it running. I would have to either put someone in that position to emulate me, which would be tough. Not impossible, but it would be tough. And then, you know, but I would still have to exit, because it's like, it's just, yeah, it's very time consuming. So even with the amount of people that I'm about to sign and about to bring on, you know, we're only going to have a maximum room of 20 to 25 people at a time. So for the 90 days. And that's with people, you know, helping me out, you know, doing that. But it's like my days are going to be back to back to back doing that.
But imagine the value of being one of those 25 people, though.
Oh yeah, if you are one of those 25 people, I mean, you're gonna jump.
That quantum.
Yeah, you're gonna make a quantum leap for sure. Like, you're gonna jump way faster than if you spin your wheels. And that's what I was explaining to this guy the other day. I said, you know, I said, you're gonna sit there, you're gonna waste your time trying to learn, and for 6, 7, 8, 9 months. And you know, I said, the bottom line is, I said, if this is something that you really want to do and you really want to make money in, then if you got the money, spend it, because you're not going to find any other opportunity to spend it this way to get this kind of results out of it with this kind of guarantee. All right, it's like, I'm not just offering you the huge leap forward, but I'm also offering you a safety net. You know what I mean? So if it doesn't happen, at least you're not losing the money that you put into it. So it's like, you can't get that. You're not going to get that anywhere, any other offer, any other time, anyway else.
And Dan, what is that guarantee?
So basically, it's like, you know, for the 90 days that we're working with you one-on-one to help you build your business for that, you know, for that price, then it's like, you know, our whole thing is like, if I can't get you that money, at least that money back from your business within that amount of time, then, you know, we give it back to you. So it's a 3-month guarantee to get your money, you know, to get your money back. So you're spending you're spending less than $7,000 to basically get your business jump started. You know what I mean? And then after the first, most people are going to see success after the first month, versus trying to figure it out. You know, when you're in, and you're going to waste time. You're trying to waste time putting your business together, and then even by the time you have your first deal, then you're going to have to roll it back into to get your next deal, and it's just going to be a never-ending cycle. You know what I mean? It's hard for a lot of people to get themselves, you know, running and jumping.
Well, Dan, you can count on me being your first customer after this deal closes.
You'll be my first honorary customer. We'll put your name at the top of the list. I don't know if you'll be my first customer. We already got quite a few people signed up, but I'll put you at the top of the list and say you were my first customer. We'll do like the Mr. Krabs frame, my first dollar bill.
Yeah. Man, I gotta get that check.
Dalton Woods might be a little bit pissed. Oh, Dalton Woods might be a little bit pissed, but
I think that one goes to Dalton, man. That one definitely goes to Dalton.
That one does. He does. Yeah.
Dalton's a good guy.
Hey Dan, just a quick question.
Sure.
Does the name of your business really matter, or how people see your business?
Sure. Yeah. Of course.
So it's really how people see your business. The name is just.
I mean,
prefer you to buy?
is that like, I mean, does that matter to you when you buy things from people?
Not really, as I think about it.
Oh, so if you're going to an ice cream restaurant that was called the Shit Box, you'd be like, oh man, this place sounds like a place I want to go eat ice cream in.
Oh well, now that you say that, yeah, it does matter.
Okay, gotcha. I thought so. Yeah, I mean the names of your businesses. The names of your businesses. I mean, it's like it can spin a lot of ways, right? It's like it can also have an oxymoron to a certain degree can also, propel your marketing farther, right? It's like this company, Liquid Death. They named their water company Liquid Death. You know what I mean? And it's like, it like shot their marketing up way farther because people were just like, what is this? You know what I mean? It's like, so there's a lot of ways to utilize the name of your brand or your business or your product to, jumpstart what it is that you're doing. But, I mean, like, I mean, if your wholesaling name for your LLC is, Aiden is my bro LLC, like, people are gonna look at that and be like, what? Like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna look at that. You don't think they're gonna look at that contract, look at the name on the contract, and be like, I don't know if I really want to sign with a company that's, I mean, it's like, would you sell your house to somebody whose name on the contract was like, dudes and boats and hoes LLC? Like,
Nah.
it's like, of course it matters. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look at some of like the top brands in the world. Like, look at the way that they name their companies. Of course it matters.
Dan, I secured the domain cashorcreativeoffer.com.
I feel like that's a good one.
Yeah, I'll think on that. I'll do some more digging.
Gotta know where to dig.
Can't play the game if you don't know the game.
Dope Boys Incorporated buying your house. Sign it over. It's AV's future corporation umbrella right there.
What?
Dope Boys Incorporated. Storm Capital Investments LLC is a member of Dope Boys Incorporated.
I love
Is that boys with a Z?
What do you say?
Is that boys with a Z?
Of course, yeah, you gotta have the Z on it to really add for the professionalism.
You need 2 Z's.
Yeah, you need a couple Z's when they open the contract on the DocuSign. You want to make sure that you're playing some really ghetto ass rap music in the background.
Yeah, it sounds about every day.
They'll sign instantly.
Are you getting this down, bro? Are you getting this down?
I'm getting this down. I'm writing it down.
Instantly.
Can you say that one more time, slower?
Just for info.
Yeah, 2 Z's, no boys.
I want Dan to be my mentor.
Probably not taken. Can't afford my time yet.
I'm gonna check that. Check that handle. Yeah, no, that's like that domain took $1,000 a year.
What domain? But yeah, we give everybody the tools that you need to succeed. It's like we can give you a shovel and you're looking for the treasure, right? And the treasure is the assignment fee. So you're trying to find the treasure. We give you the shovel. You don't know where to dig.
And the map.
We don't give you the map.
Oh, you have to find the map. Or do you make your own?
That's the whole key. If you want to use my map, you're gonna have to pay me for my map. You're gonna have to pay Dan for his map.
Oh, okay. I see.
We'll give you the tools though,
Mm-hmm.
so at least you could dig. Real shit. You might find something. I mean, you could watch what we do, but like I said, it's gonna take time. We do it all live though, so there's really no.
I'm definitely pulling up.
Bring a friend or two.
I am.
Yeah. Since we were on the topic of LLCs and dope boys, I just wanted to ask Peanut Gallery here. I have a brand called Easy Home Cash Out. Does it give dope boys vibes?
I like that name personally.
No, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's easy, like E the letter Z though. So I was like, I don't know.
Mike
Might be a
Martin's
little
easy
bit.
REI.
Awesome. I mean, thanks guys. Thanks.
Most people probably get it.
Still a work in progress, but starting with that.
Just imagine you see that on like a Google ad.
You just got to remember that most of the people that you're going to be talking to on these calls and that are going to be signing your agreements are going to be people who are distressed, older, right? And they're probably not going to be hip to what's really going on in the culture and that kind of stuff, right? Like they don't care, right? They got so many problems that they need solved, right? Like they just want to sign with somebody that they feel like they can trust. That's the bottom line. So, I think it's one how you relay the trust, but there was something that kind of changed within my company's future when I renamed us the Apex Investment Group, and we were able to put that on a contract, and people see that name, they feel like that sounds professional, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
Recognize something like that, and they're like, "Man, I'm selling this to somebody who is a real investment, real estate professional," and they're gonna feel more secure with, selling their house to you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was, hitting on market a lot and just using my personal name and then looking to assign at closing. And I feel that was hindering me and led me to get a more professional name. I know you guys love on market, but.
Well, I think that the most important thing is not always the name, but it's who is representing your company over the phone, and what do they sound like. That's a bigger factor. If you feel like you sound like a professional and you sound confident in your ability, then it's going to relay a lot better, even if the name is like a little bit funky, right? It's like I've had people whose LLCs are literally just their last name, right? You don't have to get super creative with your LLC for a real estate investment company, right? Because that's not your branding. You're not trying to change things, right? And you can even make separate LLCs if you want to do your own marketing later to draw in leads. You can make a cash offer option LLC. You can make that and then have that be your marketing LLC, and the feed leads to the name that you put on your contracts, which maybe is Johnson and Fazio LLC. You know what I mean? Maybe you start a firm with somebody, you start, your names are, so when I had my business with my ex, our last name or our first name was Natalie and my name was Dan, right? So for our company's names, the company's name was DN Power Equity LLC. Right? It's like not super complicated, not ridiculous, something super simple. Right? It's like how many law firms that you see that are, Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Johnson and Johnson PLLC. Johnson and Johnson Esquire.
you made a good point to kind of separate the marketing LLC from the actual like transactional company. And the thing was that I had this idea. I want to build a brand like Seller's Advantage, or I don't know if you're familiar with them or not, but they're like another cash buyer. And then that was my idea. Like I just want to slowly build.
Everything in your business should most likely be separated after it's making enough money. Right? My Dispositions LLC is different from my Acquisitions LLC, which is different from the corporation that runs the business. And then we have a separate marketing LLC that runs the marketing campaigns, all under the corporation's umbrella.
Yeah, I have this idea in the back of my mind. I'm just not at that scale, and yeah, but I will need to start thinking about that more. I'm just not at that level right now.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks for the input, though. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So,
why? I've heard of people like splitting up. Like, so you're doing each thing as its own business, like the acquisitions,
yeah,
and dispositions and all of that. Like they're completely their own business.
Right.
Okay, because when you first said
and that's the reason that because hey, let's say you want a JP with us, right? And you want to sell a deal. You go, hey Dan, can you help me sell my deal? And I call up my dispo guy who's in charge of the dispo company and say, hey, man, let's get this deal sold for Pansy. Cool. That means I don't have to pay my acquisitions team anything off that if it goes through, right? Because they didn't have any part of it, right?
Okay, got you.
You're the acquisitions. They're the dispositions. They also owe a certain percentage back to the corporation if they ever make any profit.
That's interesting. Yeah, because like I understood about if you have separate like buildings or whatever, not to put them in necessarily all in the same LLC. But when you were taking kind of the wholesale business and breaking it down each in different, and it just blew my mind that to even think of something to be structured that way. So,
well, I mean, it's just it gives you a different kind of employee advantage, right? Because now your employees become part owners.
Yeah, I get it now, but at first when you were saying it was just like, what? Wow. All right.
And it gives you a tax advantage, on every single thing, because it's all split up. So, so it's, for me, I feel like wholesaling, what people miss about wholesaling is wholesaling is a huge umbrella of all these different things kind of put together.
Right.
And a lot of people are like, oh no, wholesaling is, marketing, acquisitions, and dispositions. It's like, no. Wholesaling is the arbitrage art, like John explained earlier, of getting a deal under contract for a certain price and negotiating it to someone else. That's wholesaling, right? But wholesaling and running a wholesaling business are two completely different things, right? So here's how wholesaling used to work. Wholesaling used to work is, I know a guy who buys properties, right? I know a contractor, right? I go knock on some people's doors. I see who's willing to sell. I negotiate their price of their home, down to a good deal. And I tell my guy, I say, hey man, I got this house under contract for 110 grand. If you give me 120 for it, I'll sign it over to you. You know what I mean? And, and then you can flip it and you should be able to make, 240,000 if you put 40 grand into it. He says, deal. He shakes my hand. We go to the closing table. He gives me 10 grand, right? I get 10 grand off the difference. But wholesaling now has taken a whole different new approach. Now it's all digital. So now I've never even shaken the hand of the people that I'm talking to sell their house. I've never even shaken the hand of the person that's buying the house. I don't know him. I don't know the homeowner. right? So I get to do it now on a much larger scale. But the problem is that it's not really wholesaling anymore. Now it's something greater. You're almost like a marketing and agency consulting company for real estate. You're beyond what's just the art of wholesaling, right? It's like wholesaling is very similar to, like John said, he put it in a very good term. You go buy a couch for a cheap price, you fix it up, right? And then you go flip it on eBay and sell it for more. Right? That's you just wholesaled that couch. You got it at a wholesale price and you sold it for more. Or you can go to a supplier, you can buy a whole bunch of stuff and you can negotiate that product down real low. Right? And then you can go sell out the majority of those products for higher prices, right? It's what drug dealers do. That's why drug dealers love the idea of wholesaling. You get a lot of people who used to sell drugs and wholesaling because they know how wholesaling works, right? They buy a whole bunch of weed, and then they can go sell little bags of it to other people, and they make, then they make a 100% markup off the product, right? Jewelers do the same thing, clothing brands do the same thing. So that's exactly what wholesaling is, right? But it's like, you think if you go into Macys, now, do you think that the department that acquires all of the clothes for Macys for all the different departments runs under the same management and ownership as the people who are running the store on the inside of each separate store, who are also working with the back end people who are doing the shipping and all this stuff? So no. Macys has all these different conjunctions working together to create this unique wholesale market of clothes that they can upsell for a larger price.
Yeah, so much of how you explained it, just like I said, it blew my mind. And because I always felt that it was kind of separated too, but everyone tries to like put it all together, but that's why it works better.
And you can.
You have a team.
You can put it all together, but you're going to waste a lot of time and you're not going to get it. You're not going to make as much money as fast, right? It's a mistake that a lot of people make. They bottleneck themselves. And
Right.
so see, like, you can do this whole situation where, you can buy a shirt, right? I can go find a friend of mine and go, hey, John, I like that red polo that you wear sometimes. John, how much would you sell that red polo to me for? He's like, I mean, this shirt? Yeah, man, how much would you sell it to me for? It's like, I don't know. $10? I'm like, I'll give you $5 for it cash right now. He's like, all right, deal. Right? I'll go buy me another one. I'll buy me a new one. So I give him $5, buy that red shirt, right? And then I go put that red shirt on eBay, or I go to a yard sale. And I'll say, hey, got a red shirt here, nice polo, only been worn a couple times. Give me $20 for it right now. It's yours. Here it is on the store's website, brand new, for $40. But if you give me $20 for it right now, I'll give it to you. They're like, man, that's half off. Here you go. I just made $15. I just wholesale that shirt. Now, let's say that's a very simplified situation. Now, you just took that shirt and you made a very simple transaction, right? And that's great. Now you can either keep doing that over and over and over again if you want. You can make $15, $20, $15, $20, $5, $10, and it might take you a good amount of time. But do you want to be that guy that's going out negotiating for people's shirts and selling other people's shirts? Or next step might be, now you're selling pants and shirts and shoes, maybe, right? You're doing yard sales yourself. You're doing your own yard sales and you're selling pants and shirts and shoes. And now maybe you're making $100 or $150, every month or so doing this. But you can either do that, right? You can keep being the yard sale guy, or you can be the single shirt guy, or you can be Macys. What do you want to be? Want to be Macys? A whole lot more money. It requires a whole lot more complex situation.
You gotta work with Dan if you want.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying to be Macys.
Dan, I was laughing when you said, when you broke it down for saying drug dealers make the best wholesalers.
I didn't say they make the best wholesalers. I said they like to become wholesalers. They understand.
Well, whatever, you know, when you broke it down like that.
But I would say one of my best friends is he used to be a drug dealer, and he probably is I would say person. I don't know if it's for a fact, but I would say he's the number one wholesaler in the country right now. But he used to sell drugs. So, you know, I don't know if that tells you, but
I plead the fifth.
I don't know what that tells you, but he used to sell drugs, and now I'd say he is the number one wholesaler in the country right now. Consistently, I would say. I don't really know what, you know, other people do. A lot of people say that they do these numbers and that number, but, you know, he's the only one that I've been really willing to see. Nah, Jamil TMG is definitely not the number one wholesaler in the country. Wow. He wishes, dude.
But
he loves to use that term, you know what I mean? But no, he is not. Jamil's a personality. That's what Jamil is.
You don't think his company that he's set up is the number one?
Keegley makes money, but how can you're going to say you're the number one wholesaler and you're not even facilitating like the transaction? It's like, no way. No way his company that he runs himself is doing more deals, actual deals from acquisition to disposition than Nick Perry. No way.
Oh, I don't know who Nick Perry is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, you know.
And that's because Jamil's making the majority of his money off of being a personality, which I'm not against.
Right. Yeah, no, I was
just... Dan, because look, we talk about it all the time.
Interesting.
There's so many gurus that want to make claims online, and then there are people that really actively do this business. And you can't be committed to both, in my opinion.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this why I say that. Because I don't feel like Jamil's a bad coach. Because I know some people that have worked with Jamil and have, you know, made money. You know what I mean? And I would say he's made some of the best informative videos. And listen, I just want to preface by saying that Jamil hates my guts, and Jamil used to constantly hit on my ex-girlfriend. So this is somebody who I don't necessarily have a relationship with Jamil. I'm being honest about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, I think he makes some of the best informative content on the whole thing, and I don't think that he's a bad coach. I don't think Nick Perry's a good coach. I don't think Nick Perry's a good coach, but Nick Perry understands how to run a business, and his business is definitely the number one most profitable wholesaling business. Like his actual business, right? It doesn't count if you have a business and you franchise it across the whole nation, and the franchise is doing all these deals. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like you could say that, but. That's a different business now making money. But
yeah, bro. If he was hitting on your ex, bro, should have beat him up.
Wait, he was? I didn't hear that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he used to slide in your DMs, but I mean, I don't care. I mean,
dude, you know, wait, but like, is that you in your profile picture?
Yeah.
You look like you got like 22-inch biceps, bro.
Arms used to be 19 and a half.
All right, close enough.
Yeah, that's insane.
You're pretty big at one point, but I was also broke in that picture, so I look rich. Though.
You were broke in that picture, Dan?
I was broke in that picture, bro.
Yo, but you had a vision, though, Dan. You had a vision. You knew you were gonna be rich in that photo.
I had a vision. That shirt's only a size large, and it's a tight fit, so
looks like an extra small. Dan, I'm gonna get bigger than you.
Oh my goodness.
You probably will now, man. I'm tired from the game.
For real?
Yeah.
Don't retire, bro. Don't retire from the gym. Don't do it. It's not worth.
Oh no. I could still go to the gym for the rest of my life. I mean, I'll always be a bodybuilder in my mind, but
be honest with me, Dan. Did you blast Trin?
When I was competing, yeah, sure.
I knew it. I knew it.
I was professional. I was a professional competitor for 6 years.
He's just saying that so you guys take the foot off the gas, man.
No, dude, I could tell, bro. 19.5-inch arms is crazy, dude.
He's gonna smash everybody, bro.
No, I'm serious, bro. I could tell he ran a cycle for sure.
Yeah, no, I used to do a lot of shit, man. But I mean, I never pushed the envelope super hard. But I mean, yeah, I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need to be.
It's part of the chemistry. It's part of the sport. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, in my opinion, so it's like you're not there to.
What do you think about Planet Fitness? This will really tell me what type of man you are.
Sure.
I mean, it's a profitable business model. That's what it is. That's what I think about it.
My guy Dan is banned from every Planet Fitness.
No.
I came in with this gallon of water jug and slamming the weights.
I've never been in a Planet Fitness before.
Really? I actually love it, dude. It's a good gym.
I was gonna say it's a gym. It's just a place to max out on your weight.
Yeah, I mean it's a gym. I know it's a joke, but to me, I'm like, it's the guy who made it. I mean, he's smart, dude. I mean, he's smart.
Yeah.
He made a profitable business model. I mean,
you know David Goggins?
Don't know him personally, but yeah, I know who that is, of course.
He's a W, man. W. David Goggins. I was just saying that because you had him in your bio. Carry the boats.
Yeah. That's where it's from, yeah.
Not gonna lie, bro. Tate is a W, and so is Goggins.
Good. Dan, hot take. On market, yes or no?
I don't think it's really wholesaling.
Depends, man. I feel like it depends. If you're gonna go on market, you need to know how to solve some sort of problem, in my opinion.
Yeah. There you go.
I've definitely seen distressed stuff on market.
Sure. Yeah. You can novate distressed properties on market if you want to.
Dude, I'm not there yet. I'm like barely pitching creative with seller financing and sub 2, so innovation's like the next shit, but I'm trying to just like lock in my first cash deal.
I think that's probably the best thing you can do. Just focus on getting your first cash transaction in the books. And if you come across a lead that sounds like it could be a creative, work with somebody who's already done those types of deals.
Yeah, I just kind of get lost. Like I picture it as like an option. Like when I feel like the cash is not really entertaining them, then I'm just like, hey, like, are they interested in seller financing if we get them everything they're looking for? Sometimes the conversation, keeps going, and then it's just like a matter of like structuring the terms, and like I kind of like fumble like hard right there. But then I'm just like, what? Like I get it, like competitive rates and like a sub 10% down payment, but like, is that really it, or like, like how long do you set the terms? And I'm just kind of lost in that. But
somebody who's structured those deals before. Hit up someone like Riley or Bob Sedai.
Oh yeah.
Bring them a lead.
Gotcha. That's why I'm here. Mostly farming St. Louis, and then I'm based in SoCal, so we do like door knock foreclosure listings locally, and then like mostly hitting on market out of state, or like tired landlord.
Door knock is different. I haven't heard that one before.
That's what a lot of people say, but I mean, over here in like Orange County, I guess there's a few like real estate clubs that are running these little like blitzes where they go out and door knock.
Yeah, that's a good way to get out there.
I have this other little brand I have, solvingforeclosure.com, and I'm really trying to build that into like a hub for people in that distress. Another work in progress, but
I like that name. That sounds like a really good idea to me.
Yeah, so I'm trying to like just have it like be a resource for homeowners to, get a little bit of info of what they can do and stuff, and then lead gen off it. But obviously, right now, like I said, it's a work in progress. So, but it's up, solvingforeclosure.com.
It's a good one.
Thanks. All right, another hot take. What about Facebook deals, like in those wholesale groups and things like that for every different city and whatnot?
Bro, I've been, what is it? I posted one of my deals up in the Facebook, just to see like what somebody would say about it. And bro, I got 50 friend requests and like 100 people just liked it in like the first 2 minutes. I saw that.
Damn, they're grinders.
Nah, it was like not even one of them was real. It was like they're just trying to sell me something.
Oh, they're bots or something.
Yeah, they were just trying to sell me something.
Yeah, that would honestly just piss me off.
Yeah.
I can get you 25 to 35 buyer leads consistently every month.
And then if not, you get half your money back.
We'll just take over your Facebook.
Yeah, I used to be one of those kids that'd be like, yeah, I can do your lead generation for yeah, I can do like your lead generation to make you a website, and if you don't see any results by the end of the month, I'll give you your money back. But that used to be the trenches compared to this. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, I was about to say, man, you're used to that then, like the grinding, bro, because that's a hustle, man.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? I used to come from SMMA, trying to do that, but I didn't really see any value in it. But when you go into real estate, it's like you're giving somebody a software or you're helping people generate leads versus to changing somebody's life. Um, like even like the money changes people's lives, or just even acquiring the property changes somebody's life. Like it's a way different ballpark than just running ads for somebody.
I feel it. Yeah, because every time I'll come across like a lead where I'm like, you know what, the numbers kind of make sense on something like this, and then I'll send it to like my network. And everybody's like, oh, it's a Facebook lead. That shit's just washed. I'm like, damn, all right. But I don't know. Like sometimes numbers make sense, but the people just, I don't know. They're maybe they don't make maybe they make sense to me and not to them.
I haven't really thought about Facebook leads for people who want to sell their houses.
I mean JVing, because like I'm on this tip now, like to just get my first transaction done, where I want to just JV with somebody who needs a buyer, and then just kind of like tie those two together. And so like there are all these people that are trying to dispo their deals, and then with like obviously they have their like fee or whatever included in, but sometimes I'll come across one or two where I'm like, there still looks like there's some meat left, and then I'll try to push those out, and then those are just like, they look like they're food that's been left out or something like that.
Yeah. Low-key, I was thinking about JVing with this one realtor. She was like super motivated, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to deal with any more realtors for a minute.
Tell them
Why not?
Every time I deal with a realtor, they're always like super shady. But I think that was probably just me like in the past. I see like there's a lot of good realtors, and I mean like I learned that people lie, like not like people lie, but like wholesalers, realtors, and owners, we all lie. Um, but I was like, yo, she's actually super motivated, and I mean she's super hungry for deals, so like why not just hooking her up with or just like just feeding her deals.
Yeah.
I think there's a few legit realtors out there, bro. They just get it. They know what the game is, and they know that they want to push volume, and they're okay with working with distressed sellers, and they're just on it. Like there are some people who hustle, and I would say run the numbers on the deal she sends, right?
Yeah. Or no, I'm sending her deals.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. So like, I mean, even if I can, I might just ask her tomorrow, like, like what's her buyer's criteria is, um, or like what areas she's looking for. Because I mean, that's like a consistent, I can have a consistent buyer flow with her. I don't have to look for the buyer. I just have to look for a seller. 3 to 6% though.
Yo, John Johnson.
I'll take that rather than finding a buyer. Loki.
She might even work something out with you, bro. Like if you kind of, like work a little system out with her.
Yeah. I mean, that would be awesome.
What's up, Cookie Bros?
I need to change my name, but
yeah, that's the first.
Check.
If you're gonna be in here, you need to take this opportunity.
Yeah, I gotta change that.
You gotta brand yourself around either your name or your business.
Yeah, just my name. I'm putting you on this thing. I don't know if like where you live, you have a Costco near you or whatever, but I was like checking the accountability chat, like everybody's putting each other on. Bro, these Fairlife protein shakes, you can buy them like for a really good price in bulk if you shop at Sam's Club or Costco, and they're like completely worth it. For like never mind. Yeah, he's deafened. But like out of everything I've ever looked for, these have the highest like dollar to grams of protein ratio, and also calories to protein and sugar. They're like low in sugar, low in calories, high in protein, and cheap, and they taste good.
They do taste pretty good. I wish I had them in like almond milk though.
Yeah. They're actually so elite. Go to my camera real quick if it'll let me turn my camera on. I'll show you.
That's free, by the way.
All right, so let me just turn my. This is how many I just bought from Costco. You see all of them?
Oh, they let you stock up again?
No, you can only. They actually limit how many you could buy on Costco, or whenever you. Yeah, it's only 2, so I went twice.
Oh, menace.
Yeah, and I. Oh, also, Johnson, check this out too. I'm about to put you. Bro, I'm putting you guys on right now. All right, these things. This is like the private label brand for Costco, Kirkland. $1 per protein bar, 20 grams of protein, 200 calories, and they taste like cookie dough and brownies.
I don't think Johnson worried about the.
Well, I mean, bro, even when you have money, why would you want to spend more?
John is stacked right now. Stacked on
Well,
that.
Nah, Fairlife is fire though. It tastes good. That's the reason I like it.
Costco in Brazil.
What's up?
There's no Costco in Brazil.
You're in Brazil? That's fucking.
Yeah, I do this business.
Oh, you do this thing internationally?
Yeah, I'm an international investor.
Oh, what?
W Mans.
Not W for Brazil. They don't have Costco?
No, I'm not about to stay in Brazil for too much longer. I'm on my way to Miami this month.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely get a Costco membership, bro. It's like $60 a year. No hidden fees or anything like that.
Or you can play it smart too, right?
What's up?
You can play it smart too. I know if anybody is looking for a side gig besides like just trying to get back up on their feet again, I know Uber. If you hit platinum, you get a free gold membership with Costco.
Yeah, but that's only $60 anyway. So forget hitting platinum on Uber.
But you make what, 4,200?
Oh, you're saying whenever you hit platinum on Uber?
Money with spending the least amount of time working as possible.
True.
That's my goal. So if I can make 6 figures on one deal and I'm chilling in South America for a year, I'm cooling.
6 figures on one deal is absolutely absurd.
Yeah, imagine doing it twice.
Have you already done one 6-figure deal?
Is it still luck if I do it twice? Is it still luck?
Oh no, I'm not saying it's luck, but I'm just saying that's an insane deal.
Yeah.
Was that wholesale terms innovation? Like, what was that?
Ovation all day, baby.
Okay.
Is that land deal?
We got a couple things in the
What's the
pipeline.
innovation deal? God damn.
Are you referring to your land deal, John?
Yeah, one of them.
Nice.
Yeah, honey, I'm a
How are
six-figure
you doing,
deal
Joe?
on land. It's crazy,
Bro's about it.
bro. Land is actually like kind of hard when you try and find a buyer, but
Don't worry about that
getting
shit,
to it
honestly,
is
man.
easy.
Honestly, like stick to just one thing. I've been doing single family. I've been doing deals for a solid year. You know, you don't just wake up one day with the ability to make 6 figures on a deal if you have never even closed a deal. You know what I'm saying? You got to go and get a cool check. You know, there's nothing wrong with getting a 10, 15K check. My first deal was 15K. That's good money, man. You can change your life with 15K. And it's very attainable, bro. You can go get 5K. I just broke bread with Matt Riley last month, bro. I think the assignment was like 14 bands. 12, 14 bands. We split it. I just called the lead and closed it. I locked it up sub 2. He worked the deal. He underwrote the deal. He found the buyer. We worked together. We made money. We broke bread.
He went crazy on those sub 2 deals last month.
Dude, he's assigned 94K in
That's
assignments on
sick.
creative deals this month. $94,000. That's an American salary.
Yeah,
But do you think
Literally.
that happens by accident? No, he has a specific skill set that most people don't have, and that's why he gets paid how much.
Bro, you said that's an American salary? That's 2 American salaries, bro.
You
Dude,
know,
that's like 3. That's 3 American salaries.
well,
a month, bro.
2.5.
And I can't
2.5.
believe if there's any sort of hesitation, you know, to invest in these types of people that are doing this kind of stuff, like you really don't belong in proximity with them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Real shit. And I'm just being honest, dude. Like, just being honest. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna waste their time, bro. A lot of people talk big game like they're really with it in this world. Only thing that matters is your results, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I've just been kind of quiet because I'm just going to stay in here until I see some people close deals. And then it's like, I mean, I'm not just going to add nothing, I guess.
yeah, man, I'm gonna call up this list of a pre.
You guys want to comp something?
Huh?
Just say if we're not doing anything, you guys want to comp something?
What does that mean?
I still didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, he said calm.
Because I'm not trying to work, so I'm gonna tap out.
Worries, no worries. That's why I'd ask the room.
Low-key, I just kind of downloaded this list. I'm just gonna just chill for a minute. I don't want to do too much.
Hey, John.
What's up, Matt?
Hey, I might get my software company up and going probably here in the next month and shit.
Your software
Making
company.
Yep.
Oh, you're telling me about that.
Yep. Yeah, I made a couple phone calls and everything, and you know, just making connections here and there. And people know people, and it's a small world. You probably know that.
Oh yeah.
So trying to make, you know, I think, hopefully, not even hopefully, I know that I probably will hit my first 100 or my first 6 figures probably before December.
Congratulations.
Just doing that. And then, you know, and then what on top of everything else, hopefully, with that I can just open my portfolio up to more or less fix and flipping and keep going, you know.
So do you have something in writing?
With goal wise,
I mean, that's gonna get you close to that 100K. Like, what are you talking about here?
yeah. So I know when I had my other service-based company, my pressure washing business, at the beginning of the year, I had high intentions. That kind of failed, but I mean, I still have like a general facility of, or general vicinity of where my goals are by the end of the year, you know?
Sure. I mean, are you making money doing this right now?
Not specifically, no.
So you're not making money doing this, and you're expecting to make 6 figures by December.
Yep.
Let's get
There's a plan, though. There's a plan.
So, what's your software company about?
It's an algorithm slash a, in better terms, in a short term, it's an algorithm for the trucking industry.
Oh, I realize.
Ooh, I like the distribution space. Are you connecting people for like shipment?
What I'm gonna do is more or less take out the dispatchers and brokers together and take the owner operators, semi-truck drivers, connect them with the manufacturer.
I like that. That's cool.
And because most owner operators right now, they're getting paid about $1.20 to $2.20 at the high end per mile, and with everything with the algorithm that I'm trying to build, it should boost it up towards, you know, up close to $6, $8, $10 a mile.
That's pretty cool. So you think doing real estate would fund it?
It could.
When you have your truck or CRM, or when you have like this new software, like you already have people that's gonna use it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost immediately. It just only needs to be built.
Okay.
And the coders and the developers and everything, I'm just gonna give them, you know, I'm gonna give them a royalty in the company, and
Yeah, that's
on
something
top
I'm
of like
hesitant to
overhead.
do. Personally, I don't want to give away equity.
Right. But I know with, you know, with everything, if it somewhat goes to plan and everything is where it should be, I'm not afraid to give it, because it's just like I know the whole big picture.
So instead of giving them equity, give them shares in your company and then split your shares once you get big enough.
You could do that. There's other options, right? There's multiple options. You just have to. I know I have a Zoom call with them this week. I have like 30 to 40 of them that want to get in and everything. So
yeah, man, I'm proud of you, man. I've never heard anything like that. That's super unique, and I think it's gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, if nobody more or less helps the industry in that trucking industry, like we won't have food on the shelves in the next 5 to 10 years. That's a big problem. I think we're already seeing it now.
Yeah, one of my partners sold his actual logistics company because of the same reason. Like, I guess he was saying the cost and regulations, especially here in California, are getting so crazy. Like, it was just not profitable. And like with this whole electric trucking thing, you know, whatever coming. Yeah, so he's just gone full into wholesaling and creative and buy and hold and all that.
Right, because you know most traditional trucking companies have, you know, they have the drivers, they have the management of the drivers, they have a broker, dispatcher, and they also have connecting fees, and they also have what is it? Distribution fees, right? There's so many fees on top of shit that it's unbearable. Will it be at ever like a net zero cost efficient? No, it will never be like that. Because there's always going to be fees from the distribution centers, and there's always going to be fees from, fuel, mileage, trucks breaking down. There's always going to be that. Nobody can stop that because that's just human nature, and just like how mechanical engineering is with anything anymore. But what you can do is take the overhead costs so low that more people are intrigued to get behind that wheel again.
Yeah. Wait, so my main question as you're telling us now, like how do you win? Like how do you get paid?
It would be what it would do, or price. I'm jumping from 2 to 5,000 yearly, and there's no strings attached or anything. Like it would be a direct, if the driver accepts a load for 18 or like 5 grand, right? 5 grand to go take a load and everything. We do not take any fees or anything from them. They keep 100% of them when they complete the load. But we only take 5,000 or 2 to 5,000 a yearly, and on top of everything, it would be almost a monthly service. But 10 to 1, most of those owner operators, they 10 to 1. They want to keep it for a long term if it works really well.
Wait, really quick. I am gonna.
That's so calming. Just want to give it to you.
Oh my god.